Okay, Home Sweet Home Survive is a 4v1 asymmetrical horror game. It is similar to Dead by Daylight in that sense. You have 4 survivors completing objectives to escape, while Killer, called Specter in this game, hunts down survivors. The game is released as an early access on Steam on 25th of March 2021. Now, with an early access game, there's only 2 maps available at the moment, with 2 playable Spectres and 6 playable survivors. Game itself is quite simple, so you need to complete 3 rituals as 4 survivors. And to get rituals, you need to get ritual items in these golden chests that you do. And it does have a bit more harder skill check difficulties than compared to Dead by Daylight. And when you have 2 items to complete ritual, you start doing them. So you'll use incense first to start the ritual, and then there's a horn that you have to use to finish it. And once you do the all 3 rituals, you can see that specters are lit up in different colors, and survivors are able to exorcise specters. That means they can hit specters and actually kill them. So you can kill the killers in this game, essentially. That's what that is about. Without rituals, however, specters do not take any damage. Well, they do, but it's very, very small amount. It's looking at 10% and 50% damage at ritual 1 and ritual 2, which is nothing. However, there are still status effects, such as stuns and blind, that you can inflict on killers to survive as well. You can exercise specters to win the game, or you can escape via portals to also win the game as a survivor. So you got 2 different methods as well, but they do involve that you still need to complete your rituals to win. Now, as a Spectre, what you want to do is, in that case, stop the rituals from happening and kill the survivors as soon as you can. And as a survivor, you have weapons and abilities to stop that from happening as well. But you will see that as you progress with the game. Now, much like Dead by Daylight, there are obstacles such as breakable walls, elevators, vents and pots in this map that allows you to buy time. So if you were to fall down from a high ground, specters can follow down these holes. However, survivors do take damage when you use this without any perks. But with the fall damage, it is a lot smaller than specter damage. So it is always beneficial to fall down rather than take a hit. Another mechanic involved in this game is also stamina. Stamina allows you to run faster than Spectre for a short amount of time while stamina is available. So if you use that, you can outrun Spectre for a little bit. And you do need to use other items such as walls and pot to teleport to other places to be able to buy as much time as you can in each chase. Now, Spectres do have powers to shorten the chases. So at the moment, only 2 killers available. Belle, which is the ghost type Spectre here, she's able to use shift to be able to phase, which allows you to move fast and see auras of all survivors. And her R, which has a longer cooldown, allows you to randomly teleport to any of the survivors. It sort of builds a lot better at the late game when you have actually been able to manage people out. But that's something for you to find out. Overall, the game itself plays quite nicely. There are some issues with the maps, of course. Swamp map doesn't have as much obstacles compared to Hospital map, which makes it rather easier for Killer. And while you're traversing through the swamp waters, you do not move as fast either, which makes it clear for you to chase and kill you down. So there is that issue. On the other hand, Hospital has a lot of places where you can fall down, so a lot of more obstacles, and it is in general easier to run the killers, which makes it more survivor-sided. But hopefully, it's something that they can patch out and eventually get things fixed altogether. Now, besides the basic mechanics, there's also items in this game that you can be used to play the game. There are various items such as Rattan, Holy Rattan, which stuns killer and damages. Every time you stun a killer, it stops the killer in its track, which is very useful, obviously. And especially if the killer is attacking somebody, you can use that to stop the chase and stop the teammate from dying. There are other items in the game such as Holy Sigil, which blocks the doorways, so Holy Water with blind Specter as well, Health Potion, Stamina Potion, etc, etc. They're all useful and they do spawn from chests as well. However, it is RNG based, so you do need to be very careful on how much time you spend doing chests, how much time you spend doing rituals. Obviously, the better thing to do is to do as much rituals as possible, because rituals will, once you complete the ritual, half your HP will be healed. So it does give you HP back once you complete the ritual. So there is an element of that you do need to manage as well. Now, a couple of things that I did enjoy and did not enjoy about it as well. So what I did enjoy was the third person perspective on both killer and survivor, which makes it easier to do this game as cat and mouse. It does involve a bit more skills on both sides to be able to hit, because you're third person and everything moves a lot faster. So to be able to hit somebody, it is a lot harder. However, the issue currently stands is that this is a Thailand game. There's only about 3 servers, I believe, which is the US, Asian Pacific, and EU. The servers are not great. So depending on when you log in and where you log in from, you may not end up in the same server that you usually play in. So in my case, I was matched constantly with Thailand. So that was Thai server. I was going Singapore or Thai servers that I was going to. So I was going against other Asian community, and with 300 pings, it's not unplayable, but it's very, very hard to play. Even though there is an EU server available in Germany. Also, depending on your wait time, they seem to just drag you to wherever you want, wherever your game is available to. So there is that issue too as well. And hopefully there's something that they do listen and fix, because they seem to be doing a good job on that anyway at the moment. A second issue I have with the game itself is that there's a lot of in-game pings, text communication that you can do, which is brilliant because it allows survivors to code it a lot better without need to resorting to external programs such as Discord to be able to do objectives. However, one thing I do have a concern is that as the game progresses on in the future, I think this will probably be a lot stronger towards the survivor. Obviously, that will depend on how they do the whole map layout. The map generation is whether it will be randomized in the future, because currently it isn't. So again, that's something that can be patched out or can be updated as well. We'll see about that. And lastly, another thing I do have a concerns on is the lack of variety right now. It is a new game, yes, but however, there's only 6 survivors playable, each with their own unique abilities, but some survivors are just not playable. I'm not pointing fingers at any little girls in the game, but yeah, they're just not playable. They're just not very good compared to the man in this game. There's no stealth mechanic involved, so there's literally no point having any sort of stealth fucking here. The killer can see you with their shift ability, so there's no point having stealth. Having a better HP, better stamina makes this game, makes Survivor just better. On the Specter side, there's only 2 Specters available at the moment. Bell, which comes with default with the game itself, is very mediocre. Prisoner seems to be a lot stronger. However, you do have to either pay money for it separately to purchase the Specter, or you do have to play this game quite a lot to be able to unlock the Specter using the in-game currency. But that is up to you. Lastly, of course, it's all the maps. Only 2 maps available, and that can make the game boring very, very quickly as well, because it's the same maps you're playing over and over again. But again, that's something that the game will fix over time as well. As it is right now, the game is fresh, game is new, and everybody likes the shiny new thing. And it is very fun to play, and it's good to see another 4v1 asymmetrical horror game that is out, that is not Dead by Daylight. And currently, as it stands, it looks like there's a lot of promise for this game, and I do really hope that Yggdrasil, the developer for this game, do have their success with Home Sweet Home Survive. That is it from me for now. We'll be uploading few gameplays of this just so you can judge for yourself whether you'd like to play or not. But currently at just about £5 for the game, roughly about $5 I believe it is for the game. Yeah, definitely worth a try. Please do. It is a fun game. Right, that's it from me, and I'll see you on next video. Bye bye.